Good afternoon already. It's afternoon already. Wow, time flies in these conferences. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Essa Mohamedali. Please be kind to me today. I haven't done a proper speech or presentation in a long time. As much as I like to dress like a villain, I have not mastered the skill of the monologue just yet. But anyway, so my topic is around emerging technologies and how startups leverage these emerging technologies. Oh, God. Okay, so emerging technologies and how do startups leverage these technologies? But before we get into that, what do we define as an emerging technology? I want some volunteers. Quickly, emerging technology, what comes to your mind? Just shout an answer. Blockchain, great. What else? AI, that's my personal favorite. So with these types of technologies, we know them by name, but what do they intrinsically apply? Or rather, the way I like to think about it, what problem do they solve? That's a very powerful way of thinking about these technologies, because at the end of the day, they are a tool meant to solve a certain problem or provide a certain purpose within the context of different problems. So let's think about these technologies from the point of view of the problems they solve. So I like to start with the technology of prediction, personalization, and detection. Who can guess which one this is? Prediction, personalization. Did I hear AI? Yes. So why is prediction and personalization part of AI? Because what it looks at is identification of patterns. And through patterns, once we know what someone or something's pattern is, we know how they might react or what they will do in the future. For example, I know if I want to ask for a favor from my mom, I'm going to ask after she's had her morning chai. If she hasn't had her tea, we are not having any conversation that will lead to a good outcome. I've identified a pattern and I use that in my decision making. That is a big focus of artificial intelligence. When we talk about blockchain, blockchain is a technology that enables trust by making records, transactions transparent and public. What better way to create trust than just air everything, have our entire dirty laundry public? That's one way to make sure everyone trusts you. And then we come to technologies such as IoT, where the point is to basically connect everything to the internet. Is that the best decision? We'll find out. But that's what IoT works at. If we connect everything, we can collect data from everything. So thinking of these technologies in the terms of prediction, trust, interconnection is a good way to frame our thinking when we start looking at we need to solve a problem now with our startup. Because intrinsically, a startup's job is one thing: solve a problem in a way that will make us money. That's what a startup does. It is a for-profit company, but it is looking at solving a problem because that is a market need. So if we are looking at solving a problem, if we can frame the problem in a way that we recognize that this is a problem that this particular technology solves best, then we have a nice match made. Very simple. We don't have to stress about what does AI actually mean, how do you build a blockchain protocol. We start with the fundamental of, is this technology relevant to my startup? But now let's come back to Tanzanian and African startups. What is the reality of most of the startups we have here? As Jumanne has been sharing a lot recently, the startups we have here are founded by young, inexperienced, out of university graduates. These are people who, as I like to describe them because of their university program, know a little bit of everything but a lot of nothing. They have the knowledge of various types of topics, but not necessarily the in-depth skill set to build a full end-to-end solution. And when it comes to these types of founders, and we are talking about these emerging technologies, is there opportunity for these emerging technologies for our current startups? What is the priority for a young startup that is establishing itself here? We come in as a young, bright-eyed graduate and we're like, I want to start a company that does this, that solves this problem, which means I've already created certain assumptions around the problem existing. How can I validate these assumptions? I build my product, I go to market, I find information about it. And that's where the cracks begin to form in this wonderful idea of emerging tech solving all our problems. Because the effort needed to build a solution through one of these emerging technologies is significant. The talent, the understanding, the foundations of all of these technologies, to leverage them into a startup is a significant ask that most startups and young people at the early stages do not have. And I realize that is a very pessimistic point of view, but what a lot of startups value from most right now is, who has heard of the KISS principle? The KISS principle, great. Keep it simple and stupid. Because at the end of the day, the most simple solution will get you to the market quickly and will test your assumptions. So whenever you're looking at solving a problem from a point of view of a startup, where you are under tight pressure, tight resources, we want to keep it simple. We want to give it a kiss. We want to be in this space for enough time that we can build the foundation to leverage these emerging technologies in the long run. So when you're exploring the use of one of these technologies, what you need to ask is there a way I can do this that is simpler? If I use this technology, how much value will be brought to my customer, to my consumer? If I'm getting involved with this, do I have the capacity and capability in my team to actually build? Are the foundations to use this technology there? If your team does not have someone who has built with this technology before, put it on a pause. Talk to someone who has built with it. It's great to aspire, but as we aspire, let's build the foundation to use the technology in the future. So as much as my topic is around emerging technologies and their place and role with startups, what I would always encourage startups and young founders to ask is there a way you can just give it a kiss? Keep it very simple. Start with that. From there, what are the foundations you need to build for the next stages of the solution? What are the foundations that will allow you to create that exponential growth in the future when you become a growth stage startup? As an early stage startup, your priority is going to be proving your concept. You have 3 concepts to work on: your viability, your feasibility, and then your profitability. Is it viable? As in, will the market accept the solution? Will it work for the market? Is it feasible? Can we build it now? Do we have the capacity? And then will we be able to make money out of it? So when it comes to startups and leveraging these emerging tech, the takeaways are: understand the problem the technology is working on solving. And once you understand that, if you're not yet at a stage where it is directly relevant, what can you do to keep it simple? What can you do to give the problem a little kiss? Thank you so much.